Thank you for the send-off, Daniel. Now, before I wrap this whole thing up, I just wanted to go over everything that we have gone over thus far. So we started with Spencer, and Spencer told us that the intersection between waste management and COVID-19 is an emergency that requires our urgency to act on our very own campus. And then we know from Jason that our plastic disposal at Purdue is at an all-time high, even in correspondence with the city's efforts to reduce plastic straw use and raise awareness on the threats of improper disposal. The first part there, the fact that we have too much plastic might not be so enlightening to our audience of Purdue students who see something that I'm going to show you in just 1 second. Let me get this visual aid up here. So I know you've all seen this every single day walking around campus. So the fact that we have a plastic waste problem is probably not too surprising to you. So then we go over to Daniel, and Daniel tells us that Purdue needs to distribute funds in such a way that shows that they are aware of our current emergency. Then he showed us how our direct action in the community with water cleanup can change the future of the environment that we currently reside within. With all this in mind, I want to draw special attention to the final statistic that Daniel brought up. He said of the 6.3 billion metric tons of plastic waste used, only 9% of that is recycled. That's from the National Geographic magazine. My question that I'll answer myself is, who do you think those 3.6 billion tons are being used by? People like you, or other students, families, everyday people? All false. U.S. Public Interest Research Group tells us that in 2016, 97% of our waste is industrial waste that comes from, obviously, the industry, not from the people. What does this mean? Does this mean that you get to not care about anything we've talked about in West Lafayette waste management? No. This means that we have had a problem. We have had a problem for many years, and for the first time in maybe half a century, that problem just got way worse in very unexpected ways. One of the few already completed studies coming out of the pandemic concerning waste management comes from the UK, actually, from a website called science.org. It was obviously just published this year, and it tells us that in the UK, there has been a 300% increase in personal waste since the pandemic started. This is an issue with dire consequences, and we need to be aware of the industrial waste issues. Maybe we protest, maybe we support action funds, and we also need to take action within our own communities. I know you've heard it before, but the earth depends on what you choose to do.